A lot of LC though.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean,
it used to be one of the better picks, but the Broodlings have changed a lot. So
yeah.
I mentioned it yesterday, but you seem a little bit skeptical because of the magic resistance. So we're still not entirely sure how it works out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 50%, so much, and then they only have like 200 health. So,
but overwhelming odds, I think, got scaled more, so that it does more, like less initial damage and more damage per unit now.
no, per hero, right? But less per
unit.
Yeah,
I thought it was like less base and more per unit. And
oh really? I'm not entirely sure how they changed the spell so much, dude. It's crazy. Like every
Off
other
to you,
patch.
Paul.
Yeah.
No.
Do the analysis.
So Paul, Legion versus Brood, who do you think wins?
Brood.
I mean,
Never back against the Brood.
I mean,
Never back against the Brood. That's what I was taught.
You know, we can't really argue against that because we gave the analysis to him.
Yeah.
You're right, Paul.
No, you
think
taught me
Brood
well.
wins. Yeah.
I bow to my masters. Taught me well.
I
And the
think
Padawan goes with the Brood.
Are we going with Brood this game?
it's rough, man. The lineup looks a bit awkward. Like
And
both
he got
lineups look
Radiance
weird.
Brood last time.
Oh, yeah.
So you're supposed to be teaching me this stuff.
Okay,
huh?
do we believe
Radiance
in Z-Freak or
Brood
not?
is...
Z-Freak, yes or no?
Yeah.
Complexity.
We're always with Z-Freak.
Yeah.
Except
So-
last game.
Okay.
This game we are.
Call.
Thumbs up.
Really?
Yep.
Z-Freak.
I'm so confused right now. Taught me, Ben. Pick Brood, win game.
It's not as easy. That wasn't me.
Was it not you? Maybe
No,
it was Will.
It wasn't me. That was
Maybe it's
I'm,
Will.
I'm pretty sure it was Will. Ben
Was it?
wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, Ben wouldn't say that.
No, I've heard some similar things like that.
But not about Brood.
Maybe not Brood. But you're going against it. Why?
Well, firstly, he bought Radiance. They have a tendency to like to buy Radiance on that hero, or on their heavy farmers, which you know works some games, but not all the games.
They're Radiance fans.
Yeah, they overbuy it, I would say. And then, secondly, we're unsure about this LC versus Brood matchup, but they're seemingly convinced that it works.
Yeah.
And I think they have 2 cores which are going to actually deal with the Brood, which seems pretty good. And they actually finally have a hero that can catch. And complexity, they have Z-Freak. So all those reasons.
I like those. The reasons from our analysts. Who'd have thought it? Let's head to our commentary team who are waiting patiently to bring you game number 2.
Thank God there was a pause towards the end of that draft. That way our panel could pick up the shambles that was their analysis and finally come up with some good reasoning. Ben Merlini Wu gave us a summary of why he's going for complexity. Blitz, you gonna give me a summary of why you're going for Kinguin?
So in the last game, I felt like the core matchups were quite nice, and on top of that, like I didn't think the Clockwork was going to do anything as the game progressed. But I think in a game like this, like Kinguin, I feel like you can just run at complexity, and I wasn't a big fan of how they ran Gyrocopter in the previous game. This time it is Limp playing it instead.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Feel like Chessie just wasn't a Gyrocopter player?
It was an awkward game because they couldn't create space for him either, and he just got 3-manned.
30 seconds.
I sort of feel like Razor might be just the answer to everything right now, though.
Yeah, Razor seems like an incredibly strong hero.
I played him for the first time yesterday, and I was just blown away by this hero.
Yeah. And in some ways, like, I'm also going to be going with Kinguin here, but that's because I'm just not really sure about the Tusk.
Yeah.
Core Tusk, for me, is you know, it's not that clear, hard initiation that you're going to see out of other offlaners, and that's something we definitely want for our Gyrocopter. As Kinguin have a lineup that can run over people between the Razor and the Doom, and then there's the ever-present Broodmother problem.
Yo, there's just like a bounty rune right there. Exotic Deer's going to see it. He's pinging it. He's like, all right. I guess they didn't take it.
We invaded. They were also supposed to invade, but
dude,
apparently
Nisha
they
got
didn't.
double bounty rune to start the game. Ooh. That's so fun as a mid laner. Nobody ever lets me do that, though.
I let you do that all the time.
Balls.
I literally give you the offlane bounty rune all the time.
This isn't about you. As in mid lane, Nisha immediately starts the static link.
All right, so we're going to have the battle of static link versus homing missile. But it's not a 1v1. Elisash is also going to be hanging out here in the mid lane doing his classic Ignite spam. But Z-Freak is also probably going to be ganking mid. He was actually smoked up. I think he was looking for a courier kill, but is actually trying to make his way through the jungle and set up, and it looks like the offlane Dire side gets himself a good, nice aggressive ward to be able to see some rotations as well.
Yeah, he's going to have a similar game as the last game if Z-Freak's going to manage to pick up this game, because he's going to have to do a lot of work part 2.
Yeah.
A continuance. This game, I think, is a little bit more complicated, though. Like, the enemy heroes are a bit faster. Earth Spirit has a lot of magic burst, which is quite effective against Enchantress. The Bloodlust is going to negate a lot of the advantage that Untouchable gives you. Plus, the Purge is really annoying for her to deal with, although Elisash is getting...
Yeah, he's getting sandwiched right now. Now, Limp is going to go for the body block. Misses it, though. If he had gotten that, they would have gotten the Centaur stun, and maybe... Well, they don't even have Rocket Barrage. Most Gyrocopters aren't getting it, so I'm not sure what they would have done if they'd stunned the Augar. Yeah. He certainly wouldn't have killed him.
I haven't played the Gyro, but I hear his new Rocket Barrage, like, is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Is it really that bad?
I think so.
Huh.
I've played against it when somebody got Rocket Barrage, and I was just like, whew, he doesn't go Homing Missile.
It's no longer the Edict?
Because Homing Missile's insane.
I see. Remember, it was essentially just Edict.
Yeah.
That doesn't hit towers, but same diff.
Just the hero Edict just blows up.
Yeah.
But now Homing Missile's like, it's guaranteed damage, you know? Like, I can run at the Homing Missile all I want. Doesn't change anything. So... Another run in, another static link, another 38 damage stolen. Nisha should have a pretty good CS lead over our Gyrocopter as the lane progresses. But Z-Freak is going to try and make things a bit easier for his buddy. It does leave the Broodmother in the 1v1 against the Legion Commander, which seems like Chessie is very much enjoying. And bottom lane, looks like we did manage to get a first blood early. Moo is going to roll onto Patos here, but he's getting a lot of regen out of that Scorched Earth, and you realize they can't actually go for this kill.
Surprised they were able to get that with their combination of heroes. But that is 2 levels of Maledict.
And now an Enchantress is going to go down. Now Nisha's going to drop dangerously low. The Homing Missile is going to bring him a little bit lower, but he does manage to pop both the Wand and the Fairy Fire, so it's not even close. And Limp is going to have to limp his way all the way back to the base.
Yeah, he's going to go heal, and Nisha so far has had a very successful mid lane. Already 500 gold up on this Gyrocopter. This is the second time I've seen it from Complexity in this tournament alone. Second time I've seen it kind of get crushed, honestly. It's not 100% fair to say that it's on either the brothers, because in both situations they were run at. In this game, it was by the Augar. In the previous one, they had like that Lesh thing happen with Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
But in both situations, like, it just feels a little bit harder to protect this hero than most. And the kill potential for it kind of seems mediocre. Like, you gank for him, but he's got to have the Homing Missile pre-charged. Because the Rocket Barrage isn't what it used to be anymore.
I thought he would have gotten maybe early unstable current against the Homing Missile. You know, like every single time he pops missile on you, that gives you a free run at you static link time.
That's true.
But instead he goes for the nuke. Maybe better kill opportunity, better farming. Moo is going to be chased down here, but they don't have any more. They just have the Scorched Earth. He's really going for this one, but the Snowball underneath the tower, plus the Paralyzing Cast. Now the Maledict, and Moo still gets able to get a little bit of distance. He finally gets a good Infernal Blade hit. Moo turns and fights him. He commits his life to be able to bring down the Doom. Kyle will be the recipient of a very fortuitous laning phase, it seems, only for him. He's already level 4.5, moving towards 5.
He's almost level 5.
Yeah.
At 4 minutes as, I say in air quotes, support Witch Doctor.
Yeah, Moo's having a rough-ass time, and Kyle's the beneficiary of such hardship.
Kyle's got the second highest net worth on his team.
Oh, no. I'm okay with Z-Freak carrying the game. I'm not sure if I'm okay with Kyle.
Not the Friedman brother that I expected to have all the farm.
Yep. Top lane is going really well for Chessie. He's 32-17 and does get a duel onto Exotic Deer. He's destroying the lane, even if he's not going to be able to get a second duel. Bottom lane, they are going to go for Patos here. The Maledict is going to do a lot of damage. Snowball nails him. Almost enough to bring him down. Still not enough from the Witch Doctor. Scorched Earth is barely enough regen to keep him alive. Elisa's just running at Moo because these two heroes, they've been trying to ignore him. Now the Maledict's on him.
Here's the kick. Doesn't land, though.
Completely missed.
They're still doing a lot in this lane.
Yeah.
Like, the kill potential of this lane is something that I think I underestimated.
I've been trying to focus on top lane because I'm just trying to figure out how Exotic Deer is level 4, not even level 5 quite yet. And the Legion Commander got level 6, and it was like 30 seconds ago he got level 6.
Yeah, the Legion's just out-spamming him with the Soul Ring, and he can't really stand in the lane. The Broodlings don't do anything to this hero. It just helps proc Moment of Courage.
And he's got all of the denies.
Yes.
23 denies in this 1v1.
Anytime Exotic Deer runs up, he just gets nuked out when he tries to fight for CS.
Yeah. So
24 denies is like you said, that's such an absurd amount.
Yeah. Oh, Elisa's going to be caught here, and he can't go down that ramp either. He knows what's waiting for him. They do finally throw off Q from you, and they're going to catch Elisa pretty easily. Apparently just AFKs.
Thought that was going to be another kill for Kyle, but yeah, he's almost grabbed his level 6.
So with the Broodmother pushed entirely out of lane, Z-Freak, it seems, going to take this opportunity to bring his Enchantress creeps up here with the first Siege Wagon push and take down the tier 1. And I don't think Kinguin's going to do anything about it.
And Complexity right now.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. They are going to TP the Augar. Okay, he cancels that TP real quickly.
Yeah, they're going to give this tower up. I don't know if they can do anything about it. Deer's waiting in the corner. He's trying to snipe out the range creeps.
Yeah, I think he's trying to bait out his Spiderlings on the left-hand side so he can finally push forward once the nuke is used.
Yeah,
and there
we go.
Finally, the nuke is used. He comes forward, tries to deal with the Enchantress creeps, but he is going to be dueled up now. Here comes your Spear trying to help get the kill onto Chessie before Exotic Deer is in danger. Chessie now trying to make it back as Pato is also TPing in, is able to get the long range and snare. Z-Freak forced to watch. Chessie turns, fights, gets a big nuke off, but it's not enough to kill anybody. Kinguin finally do bring the Legion Commander down, but it cost them 3 different TPs, one of which was canceled by the Augar, but a rotation from even the Doom up to this top lane just to slow down Chessie's momentum.
I think that's going to be fine for them. They don't split that much gold. It was 300 in the form of that Legion death, but if you give up this entire bottom area, I think they're going to be okay with it. The good news for Kinguin, though, it's only move farming.
Yeah.
You're trading all those TPs for a Legion, and in exchange, you're letting Tusk free farm. And if he gets a Meteor Hammer again, I think they were like, this is what we want to do.
Tusk as a core, kind of questionable. Even more so with Meteor Hammer.
I'm okay with it. I just wasn't okay with the
Meteor Hammer.
The hammer, yeah. I'm sure there's like some cool interaction that I haven't thought of. Like maybe you frozen Sigil and slow them down sufficiently that it's like some cool thing.
Homing Missile, whoop. Is that just a farming ult then?
Yeah.
Just burst down the creep wave so we can get some damage on tower.
There's a regen at bottom too.
Going for the regen. He's going to be chased. Looks like the Razor's going to be able to catch up to Kyle here. Limp grabs the regen, finally hoping to be able to get out of range of the Ignite as Kyle should be dying here. He actually gets up to the high ground, throws down the ultimate, but the kick comes through just in time. Nisha has a large amount of damage with him with the Maledict, but it's just not enough.
Imagine if the Earth Spirit wasn't there.
Yeah, and he just kills him.
Yeah. There's a decent chance that the Razor just dies there.
He actually punches Exotic Deer, trying to stay ahead of these Spiderlings that are trying to trap him in.
Spiderlings and the Spiderites.
Oh, mid lane, Nisha is actually getting on top of Chessie here, taking so much damage away from him. Chessie may just end up dying again, barely able to make it back to the high ground as a homing missile helps slow down Nisha, who had stolen 141 damage.
Yeah, but without the Razor hitting him, it doesn't matter. Very smart choice in who he targets with that.
So it seems like part of this mid-Razor with a maxed out nuke, I keep on seeing him do this. He goes and farms that medium camp over and over again for just the extra CS.
Still a little curious that I thought that getting at least 1 level of the current might be value.
Yeah, against a single target
it helps you farm too.
Homing missile. But
it bothers me that it doesn't do that purge thing anymore. You know, when you cast spells on him.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a trade-off because you get like a random jolt. You just like taser somebody every 5 seconds.
Yeah, before people could just ignore you. Now, at least you get a little bit of a benefit if they do ignore you.
Yeah.
Zap, zap, zap.
They switched it from a defensive to an offensive tool.
Yeah.
Which is nice because Razor's offense was pretty mediocre before then.
Yeah.
It felt like your entire purpose was Link, and people had to not run away from you.
Moo runs straight into Patos and Catcher, who were trying to go for a kill, I think, onto the Enchantress, but instead find something that could have actually been better. Level 6 Tusk.
Very nice kill for them. They needed something like that.
Maybe it's going to be Moo here who's going to be taking the 4th position this time. Limp going to be found trying to take up neutrals, and Nisha's just going to run him down with a static link. Kyle comes in, does throw out the paralyzing cast. It's going to be a little bit too late, so they're going to wait for the homing missile. Now throw out the Maledict, plus the Death Ward, plus the Centaur stun. And that actually turns into a bit of a trap. Okay. Gyrocopter. They managed to turn what would have been a very unfortunate death to him for a fortuitous situation for our supports.
That's still a level 9 Razor, though.
Yeah.
Like, the supports are getting an ungodly amount of farm. Like, in the last game, we saw, this time it's Kyle who's level 8, even though his gyro is level 7. As he's going to get caught on
for the
mid.
kill onto him with Lisash coming in from behind. The Maledicts is there though, and he's waiting for these heroes to get a little bit closer for the paralyzing cast to be max on the effectiveness, and it's beautiful too. It manages to bounce back to the Earth Spirit. Now the homing missile. Oh, it didn't go to Lisash, but maybe Limp can still catch him. Throws down the gyrocopter ultimate. They block him in as well. Moo set up a really good ice shards that blocks him out, does manage to lift them, close the gap, get that dual damage going. So straight to a tier 1 tower push as well. Complexity, they're known to do this, but they're going to 5-man nice and early here to win a fight.
Yeah, and Kinguin try to just kill a lone Witch Doctor, but this is a Witch Doctor with 4 levels of Maledict, 2 levels of cast. He's a level 8 Witch Doctor. That was not a free kill. They were probably surprised. They're like, why is this guy not dying?
Why doesn't he just get bursted down like every other support should?
Yeah, that's normally, you see a Witch Doctor, that's a free kill on the map. But they used everything on him. They even used their Earth Spirit ult, first one of the game. He doesn't go down.
Now, the net worth is still looking okay for Kinguin. They may be down overall, but their 3 cores are taking 3, well, actually, Gyrocopter's kind of contesting the Doom, but they're up there, right? They're actually above some of the complexity cores right now, especially Moo, whose Tuss has been suffering. They're going to go for Kyle here. They do manage to get the silence in him. Kyle actually turned and was hoping to be able to get a paralyzing cast situation set up, but instead gets nothing off at all.
Yeah. And this is what scared me about Kinguin's lineup. When they just group up like this with the Doom and the Razor in the front line, how do you stop this? Yeah, what is your response?
Well, what is their response? What did Complexity do here against this Kinguin now that they're actually the ones 5-manning and running at Complexity?
I don't know, man. That's why I left it open-ended.
They saw Moo. They're going to be able to get the silence on him. Really great setup there for Katsura, and it looks like Kinguin are going to be able to find this kill. The Snowball just delays what is probably the inevitable here. Gives a lot of damage to Nisha. Oh, Chessie, you don't want to be there. Not against a Razor that has stolen that much damage. Fortunately, the Earth Spirit does actually miss the kick. We'll be okay.
Yeah, if he gets that kick, I think they just try to chase him down right there.
Yeah.
Everyone from Kinguin, though, is starting to get really farmed. The advantage that Chessie had is largely been wiped out.
They get the duel onto him. Broodmother could knock it out in time, and now with Limp here, maybe the duel damage isn't going to be enough, but Exotic Deer should not escape. Oh, he's actually going to go try and get some lifesteal before the homing missile comes in. He gets into the trees, but Chessie lands right on top of him and is able to finish off that bug.
Yeah, cool move. Try to get the survive out. He understood that if he doesn't do that, he's going to die anyways.
Yeah.
So he might as well try to lifesteal enough and maybe outrun it, get onto a cliff where the rest of the complexity can't chase him. But the Maledict tick was going to come anyways.
Yep. That homing missile is going to be a great counter to the Broodmother until we have some sort of BKB pick. Now, last time we saw the Radiance, and the panel was complaining about that. Do you think...
is a great conductor.
What do you think the build is for the Broodmother? I'll leave it open-ended then.
I still think the Solar Deso has a lot of play.
Okay.
Mainly because, or at least in part 2, to the fact that you can Roshan early on.
Solar Deso, BKB, and then just like get into those fights, like latch onto the Gyrocopter. I mean, what's he going to do against that?
Yeah.
I like that idea as well.
I think the Radiance...
Oh, that's going to be smoke that's immediately canceled. Complexity, we're coming in for the gank. They are going to be able to find Lisash. The Shards not able to block in Nisha, but a paralyzing cast. It actually bouncing back into him. They brought the Snowball in with Chessie inside of it. And they're going to be able to get on top of Nisha. They don't have a stun cancel, but they do have the damage to be able to kill him first. A double kill for Chessie. And Patos, well, he's got a missile running after him, but Complexity are not in pursuit.
Yeah. Dinks him in the head, bothers him a little bit, but just runs away.
Ooh, ho, 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 ho. 7,400 net worth, and it just keeps on climbing as Chessie is feeding on spider babies.
It was okay. Like, the lead that he had was barely anything at one point. It was that bottom engagement where he duels the Broodmother. He was only behind by, like, 600 gold, the Brood.
Yeah.
And now he's down 2,000. Like, what happened?
We had to smoke up, but, oh, again. They just keep on trying to smoke into this area and keep running into Complexity. Limp is going to give himself cover with the ultimate, but Kinguin have given up hope chasing down that hero. Gyrocopter is way too fast. Phase boots and even a wind lace.
Yeah. He's got a Helm of Dom, curiously enough. It's good HP regen around you, but probably needs a little bit more to keep up.
You think Like, I've seen Helmet Dominator frequently be picked up to help shove out lanes. Do you think that's a problem that Complexity had that he's trying to fix?
Most likely. So you don't always have to just deal with the Brood by sending any heroes in.
Yeah.
You can just pick up a purple dude and he'll shove in the lane for you.
Shockwave, Shockwave.
And Z-Freak, much like last game, continues to get farm, has that Hand of Midas ready, this time opting to go a little bit greedier, anticipating that this might go a little bit longer, and he might have to scale once again.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to be an annoying core. You don't want to get into a situation where one hero gets doomed and that's the end of your fight because you've invested so much into just one hero. If you get this Enchantress farmed as well, it makes it so that you throw a lot of different looks at Kinguin, which is what I think threw Kinguin off heavily last game. They weren't really sure who to target. They figured out, like, eventually that they had to go all in for that Enchantress.
Yeah.
And once they started picking her up, they found some success, but that time it felt a little bit too late.
You could see, I mean, Kinguin's cores here are not going to scale like this Enchantress. So even though Gyrocopter and, you know, maybe this core Tusk and Legion Commander, they're not going to scale like into hardest carries in the world, but they do have a 4th core going into the late game.
That impetus is just going to be so annoying for them, like it was in the first game.
I think it's kind of really good versus the Razor, just like it is to the Dragon Knight, you know?
Not a broken spell by any means, but very good.
3,000 gold lead. 98 right now. 17 minutes in. Complexity are holding a decent lead right now.
Yeah, it was 4,000 gold a second ago. Now it dips down a little bit more, but goes right back up as we left it. And they're just completely farming in the opposite sides of the map. Like, they feel very comfortable right now. They
Complexity
know that, yeah, they know that Kinguin don't have a ton of map control, and Kinguin are afraid of the Legion jump, so they're staying together. Whereas you notice on the side of Cole, everyone's farming. This Enchantress has been hitting neutrals, shoving out top. Chessie's been shoving out neutrals and also killing Ancients.
Okay, they're going to kill the Spider and still go for Roshan here. And the Razor is still showing at that bottom lane. Another Spider ducks its head into the pit, is immediately killed, but it gives the information to Kinguin that indeed Complexity are still trying to do this.
Yeah, they're forcing this fight pretty hard right now.
More Spiders wandering in. Complexity.
They're going to see that this is actually pretty high in health.
Okay.
They're not smoked up, though. They're just going to run in.
Doom's
got a Blink Dagger.
Oh, no, Elisash, what is this position that he's got? He's going to get dueled up immediately. They managed to get the pick down. Oh, and he survives through the duel. The Centaur stun is going to be enough. But Doom immediately thrown out. Static Link on the lift. They're chasing him out of the fight entirely. Enchantress turning, though, against the Doom, who's stuck in the Ice Shard. Really great placement there from Boo. They managed to take down 4 of Kinguin, and Nisha, who chased down the Gyrocopter and did manage to get that kill, is now facing up in a 1v4. He's going to go for the TP out. They don't have a stun from Legion Commander, and it looks like they don't have a stun anywhere else. So the rest of Complexity turned back towards that Roshan, but pretty sure I don't think they can really do this. It's not like Kinguin is dead for that long.
Yeah, they're gonna respawn shortly. The Razor moves really fast. He's already back, actually.
They are trying to force this so hard.
Yeah, they're committing pretty hard for it, but they know that there's no Doom available.
Yeah.
And more importantly, there's no Earth Spirit ulti. So the advantage that they would have from the clumped up targets doesn't exist.
Yeah.
The Earth Spirit might still go for this play because he feels like he needs to, but the map can be reset a little bit. And I don't know if we're going to get a replay of that fight. But
Save the ward.
What ended up happening there is, as the Doom blinks in, Moo, who is snowballing a different target, catches him in the stun.
Yeah.
And then he punches him, ice shards him, and just keeps him locked up the entire duration. So by the time he doomed, it was on an uphill Enchantress that was already running away. Like, maybe if he gets that Doom off sooner,
I mean, it all starts with Elisash being in the awkward positioning. But
so they go in,
snowball in onto 3, and then the ice shards follow up.
Yep.
That was really beautiful.
That was really sick team play. And then Peytos feels like, he's like, I have to get something off here.
Yeah.
Doom whatever target I see, but it's not an ideal target at all. And that's a really long cooldown ability. It's still 50 seconds on the deck.
But Complexity have not been able to take Roshan just yet, so it is still an objective out there for either team to claim. But it looks like Complexity are going to try and force things right now. They're going to smoke up while the Doom's still on cooldown. See if maybe they can find a pick that opens up the Roshan pit again. Chessie's moving forward. He actually does have a Shadow Blade. His smoke is going to pop. Oh no, Kenzor, he tried to get out with the roll-in, but Blink was just ahead of him. He ends up bumping into Chessie, and as a result, giving up a kill. And another duel, 34 damage right now for Chessie. They immediately start going for the Roshan pit. Let's see if Kinguin, in a 4 versus 5, can poke at Complexity enough to force them outside of the pit. or if this is just going to be a free Aegis for Cole.
Yeah, I think it's going to be free Aegis. They've got a medallion now, which is going to help speed things along. I don't think they had that beforehand.
They're going to try. It's dropping dangerously low. They're even going to smoke up for this one. Nisha is going to be able to get really good positioning. They managed to get a jump in from Hato. A really good jump as well. Complexity, they dropped a little bit low, but look at that death ward from Sal. He's actually going to get net damage. Nisha is going to be swallowed up by Z-Freak, though. They turn and manage to kill that big core. Gyrocopter's down as well, though. This is Kinguin. They've actually got a 4 versus 3, and they're going to go for more. They're going to be able to find Moo. The Exotic Deer jumps onto him. They're not able to get the cleanse off in time to be able to get the movement speed out of there. So Tusk is just locked up by a Broodmother, and Kinguin do win the fight, head back to the Roshan pit, and are just going to be farming away now.
Yeah, very sick fight for Kinguin.
I can't believe he got, like, they won the fight and they got the Aegis.
He just fought Roshan that entire time. He's like, guys, I hope you're doing well.
Yeah. I mean, Doom just came up.
The timing on that was incredible. Complexity thought that there's no way Kinguin's going to take another fight around that area. Good news for them is that they didn't lose Chessie, their most farmed hero. Bad news is they give up the Aegis onto the Brood, and a perfect team fight for Kinguin to get back into this game.
What is that? Aghanims? Is Aghanims the build?
It allows him to kill one target. I mean, he's getting a lot of dual damage. His team has like a ton of AoE though.
Oh, what a nuke! And immediately into the duel onto the Earth Spirit, followed up by the paralyzing cast. Kinguin on full retreat. They leave the Earth Spirit to die. And our Snowball, not sure where that one was headed.
Yeah, doesn't get the dual damage though, more importantly. Like, it feels like Chessie's winning a lot of these duels.
But he's not.
Yeah, he's getting the initiation, but they're just dying right after.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They didn't kill him in 4.75 seconds? It felt like they did. Wow. Maybe not just barely surviving long enough every time.
What you forget, dude, is that he is a strength hero. And so it's like 0.5 seconds less on the dual duration.
Look at that.
Chessie needs to start winning some of these duels.
Oh, he had like 1 HP.
Yeah.
And the duel fades. Dude, Chessie's just not getting the love right now.
Kyle should have just popped his ulti.
Yeah. Just guarantee it.
You need to let this hero infinitely scale. That's what they're missing right now, is the infinite scaling Legion.
Well, Helmet Dominator has allowed the Gyrocopter to stack up for himself. Limp also has the extra 3 flat cannon shots, so he is beginning to catch up, but there is still a ways to go. Only sitting at 8,600 net worth behind the Doom, Broodmother, and the Razor. And I can't say, I don't think a Legion Commander is where you want all your farm to be.
You're wrong, Cap, because if you think about it, technically, I say technically, this hero, no matter what, will win the ultra late game.
That is true.
When the game goes...
well, technically, he could just be feeding dual damage to the enemy.
That's true, too.
But they could infinitely scale the wrong way here.
Damn, you really worked me there.
Gotcha. You can't pull one over on me.
Imagine the game goes like 540 minutes. The longest game professional Dota's ever seen. Legion Commander has 4,000 dual damage racked up. What will you do now?
Have a blade mail?
True.
Got him again.
Lincoln's Aeon Disc. But what if he just like, he doesn't even duel you, he just like right clicks you once. You die. You're good. You're gonna walk around with just like blade mail randomly popped.
Yeah, refresh your blade mail.
You're just gonna refresh. Then it's a real the floor is lava situation for Chessie.
Yeah. Okay, he's changing it into an AC. No more Aghanim Scepter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not a fan of that item. It's very situational, but I think there are more reliable items that he could grab.
BKB is now finished for Exotic Deer. So with this Aegis, let's see some fighting, shall we? I mean, as Kinguin, you want to take these outer towers. You got the Aegis, you got double BKBs. I don't think there's anything stopping them from just running at towers, right?
Yeah, they're pretty powerful right now. That's why Chessie's like split up trying to find out whatever he can.
Yeah.
They should know that the Air Spirit's in that jungle area, but Nisha's also going to come in and protect.
Exotic Deer spamming sorry to his spider babies. And he is with it. Fratricide? Fratricide? Is that family?
I don't know. That sounds wrong.
I think so. Anyway, she's leaving her babies to die, pretty much.
Real unfortunate.
Yeah.
Aegis just faded too.
Oh, man. If they got that BKB maybe a minute earlier, they could have at least taken one objective with the Aegis.
Yeah. I mean, no, the game just kind of resets. It got all the way down to like 2K, but Complexity, during the Aegis timer, they were just like, okay, I guess we're all farming. Everyone on the map's farming, we're farming too.
But it's not bad for Kinguin to farm, right?
No, not at all. Their cores are still very strong. They've got a BKB Doom, they got a BKB Razor, they've got a BKB Brood. Their first fight is going to be incredibly powerful.
I mean, surely if you take the Enchantress out of it and just look at the 3v3 of the cores, Kinguin's cores definitely scale better.
Yeah, because Limp doesn't deal enough non-magic damage right now. He's heavily reliant on the rocket plus the ulti.
Yeah. Like,
this flat cannon S&Y gyro doesn't scare you that much.
No.
Not quite yet, anyways.
Feels like maybe the Mask of Manus should have been the... I mean, that's been the norm, right? Mask of Manus helped the Gyrocopter really speed up his farm.
Mask of Manus seems to help out everyone nowadays.
The Complexity, they seem pretty set on contesting any tower push that's coming out from Kinguin.
They should. They've got Legion Nuke.
Yeah. They almost have Assault Cuirass. And Z-Freak just picked up his plus 50 damage off the Enchantress and is about to get his Hurricane Pike as well.
Yeah, Kyle's running away. You're going to walk into the high ground, they'll Limp.
Elisach on the front lines here does manage to spot out Limp, but a Force Staff helps get him down to the tier 1 tower.
They know they're all on that cliff now.
Yeah. So that smoke not going to do much for them. The Curious Cliff. Oh, I guess they wanted to save their tier 1 tower from Exotic Deer, but he's still going for it. And Complexity are not in a position to be able to defend.
Yeah, Limp's just continuing to chip away at that bottom tower.
Yeah.
Gradually getting more farm right now.
There's another armor item. Doom. He's closing in on the Shivas. He's actually going to try and chase down Z-Freak here. He's super fast, too. Z-Freak does have the Hurricane Pike, though. So maybe he could turn around, give himself a little bit of distance, and that's just enough of a bump for him to get out of here. Oh, look at those long shots.
At the same time,
goes down to half HP.
The rest of his team is going to farm out the rest of the map during this space creation. Chessie pushes out top. Moo's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter instead.
Lincoln's being built by the Razor. Is that the game plan for Complexity in these team fights? Is that the person he wants to lock down? Isn't it more like Doom or Broodmother? You can get the jump on them. Isn't that worth a little bit more? I guess if you Doom them, though, you're going to get static linked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Razor is the target.
Razor's really annoying for them to deal with right now. He's grabbing a Lincolns of his own. All the cores need Lincolns or more armor to deal with the Legion. Yeah. He's like the true carrier right now of this game.
God, I'm with the ensnare. Oh, they're actually going to make this initiation, but Chessie couldn't quite get the tool. Exotic Deer was able to get down the cliff, and now he's stuck up on the high ground. Nisha is immediately going to challenge the rest of Complexity and trap Chessie on an island. He just forced back all of Complexity to make sure that Chessie was not going to receive any help whatsoever. And a constant BKB charge is well worth it. 2 kills go to Kinguin. They're going to be able to immediately take that mid-tier 1 tower and probably take a tier 2 in the process. You can see Exotic Deer's hoping to be able to find one more, but no such luck. A 2,000 gold exchange there and a 4,000 bump in experience for Kinguin.
Where are you going?
Enchantress throwing a couple of impetus shots at Kinguin. Hoping to be able to save this tier 2, but he's got to be careful. Pontos tries to make his initiation there. The attempted Centaur stun.
They're trying to get a little bit lower, though.
Yeah, they're not looking too healthy, so they do back up. Tier 2 managed to stay alive. Oh, and Earth Spirit now has a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, they're all starting to get strong, and this was the concern is Kinguin can just run at you.
Yeah.
It's not easy for any of their heroes to die. Everyone's quite tanky. Razor, Doom, even the 2 supports.
Would you say Complexity, they kind of have to finesse team fights? Like they can't let Kinguin get the initiation, and they kind of got to kite some of these heroes or block them off with, say, like the Tusk and stuff.
The first jump on the Legion is really crucial.
Yeah.
Like if Legion doesn't get a really good jump to start the fight, like we saw there, everything just kind of like goes away from them.
Chassis trying to go for a kill here on the Doom, but
they're just going to go into Roshan again. If they get spotted in this one, I don't know if they can turn this back around. Like this is a really significant Roshan for
looks like
them to
Kinguin's
take.
Gonna go for the smoke. Are they gonna be fast enough though?
They gotta go now.
Roshan, it's too late. Roshan's already down. They're not even gonna be able to get that that fight right outside the Roshan pit or either. Kinguin just no options. A little bit too late. Oh, he went for the 60 movement speed. 60 movement speed is so much for the Legion Commander instead of the 10% proc. I think we were talking about this. I think you almost always go for the movement speed.
I think I was saying that the proc one isn't bad at all, but
yeah.
Maybe if it was like 30 move speed or 40 move speed, you would consider taking the proc instead, but 60 is...
60 is an overwhelmingly large amount.
Yeah. You're running at near max, or old cap max anyways.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I think you can just run at whatever move speed you feel like.
Whatever you desire.
Kinguin, though, they're reluctant to take a fight, and I don't blame them. The Aegis always makes things a little bit more complicated.
It seemed, am I wrong here? Both teams just seem to be okay with farming.
Yeah.
So who's right?
Probably Kinguin with their lineup.
Like one of these teams has to be wrong about the fact that they can just AFK and farm.
Yeah.
So it's probably Kinguin who's right.
I mean, to prove my prediction correct, I'd like it for Kinguin to be correct. But at the same time, Complexity, their team fight is still really strong.
Mm-hmm.
They just need a really good initiation.
So you just got audience just got a little bit of insight into the mind of the Dota analysts. We're not biased towards teams, we're biased towards our predictions.
True. I think that Chessie is going to carry an unfair amount of weight on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, if he doesn't get a duel off, they lose the fight, and so if anything goes wrong, it's going to make him look pretty bad. But it's a bit unfair because the rest of his team, they don't follow up as well. And are we going to see another Rax trade situation? I don't think so.
It's looking like it. Chessie starts taking on the tier 3, and Kinguin is going to be the one who blinks first. They're going to try and defend, but the tier 3 is already gone. Nisha starts charging forward, but not catching anybody, and his team is a little bit too far behind, so Complexity definitely won that game of chicken.
Well, that was really weird. Like, Kinguin had no glyph. They probably just thought that there's no way that Complexity was just going to go for it. And Cole just walked up and took that tower.
They
really
got the
fast.
Shrine on the way back, too.
Yeah, this is another weird anomaly. Like, nobody went to defend on the side of Kinguin.
Yeah.
And now the game just opens up again. That's 5k gold lead for Complexity all of a sudden.
For the effort.
Well, that's big. Ooh, an Arcane Rune. Can we get multiple duels here for Chessie? He does see some heroes. He's going to be able to spot Exotic Deer. He's going to be slowed down by the Shield. Doom actually intercepts. He's going to be able to grab the Gyrocopter. The BKB went out first, but Nisha's also latching on. Doom is sealing away all of his damage. The Gyrocopter is pretty much entirely out of the fight. Z-Freak's trying to do what damage he can, but the Razor up close doesn't take a whole lot of damage. It looks like Gyro's going to be chased down by Nisha. Back over to Exotic Deer, who did manage to heal himself off of the Veal lifesteal, is able to bring down Moo. So they got 3 there from Complexity, and Chessie still trying to make his way out of here. Patos is able to close the distance, keep some damage on him, make sure he can't blink himself away. He does have a Shadow Blade coming up in just 3 seconds time. Exotic Gear, though, slowing him down even further. It's all going to be up to the Shadow Blade, whether or not they have detection, which they do not. So Chessie, blink TP attempt here, maybe? Oh, they got him now. Katsura actually came in, finally got there with the gem. If he had blinked and TP'd, he might have escaped, but...
Kyle now.
Oh, Kyle stuck inside the trees.
They should know that he's here.
Death Ward actually blocking out Patos. He takes a good amount of damage, but they take him down. He's actually forced to TP back for fear of the Maledict being enough, and we see Complexity just not getting a good enough initiation there, and really good response from Kinguin. They didn't turn and try and deal with the Legion at all. They immediately ran forward and dealt with the Gyrocopter.
That fight kind of is what made me so confused about them just giving up that bottom tower.
Yeah.
Because it felt like they could just take that fight at any point. Like, as soon as they Doom Limp, a lot of Complexity's damage instantly goes away. Z Freak. He's ripping people up, but
pushing high ground against the Enchantress is still going to be a danger. Doom does go for the, or not the Devour Ancients, let's say. You see the jump in, the duel, and it's just not doing any damage because, I mean, he doesn't have MKB, right? So he's got that miss percentage chance. The Broodmother's pretty tanky.
The rest of his team wasn't there also.
Yeah. Because they all got chased away, right? It was that Doom immediately moving forward, dooming the Gyrocopter, and Nisha also catching him with the Static Link.
Yeah, maybe they should have just... If he finds the angle on the Doom, it's a better one.
Yeah.
Because they can't let Limp get doomed right now.
Yeah.
Every single time, their second highest net worth hero is just getting doomed to begin the fight. But all 3 cores right now on Kinguin are incredibly farmed. The next 4 heroes are heroes on the side of complexity. But I'm not sure if that matters when one of the heroes is just Doom and he's a fight ender.
So the we've at least eliminated 1 point of initiation for Legion Commander. Don't duel Exotic Deer anymore. Go for Nisha, go for Doom.
But Kinguin right now, they're smoked up.
Smoked up, might just find the initiation again. Moo, gonna be caught. Oh, never mind. Gets a Force Staff out real quickly. He, by the way, has the Aghanim Scepter. So that's gonna be even tougher for Kinguin to push into, and perhaps could be a killing blow with the Enchantress and Impetus shots as well.
Complexity, they're moving down the line right now. Leading with this Legion Commander. He's trying to find something, but all of these failed duels, they start to add up now.
Yeah.
It's 37 minutes in, you've got less duel damage than there is time in the game. You imagine that if he just won a few of those early on, maybe he'd feel comfortable scaling a little bit more, or maybe he'd get a few more of those kills. But no real second chances here.
He's trying to get a BKB. That'll certainly help him against the Broodmother and that miss percentage chance, but kind of feels like he needs damage.
They lack a lot of things right now. Everybody needs Lincolns just to begin with.
And Kinguin are getting so tanky.
Yeah,
Now got a
Kinguin.
Scotty on the Razor, so he's just going to latch on to the Gyrocopter and never let go.
Their Tricore just runs at you. They need to TP heroes back, though. I don't think they want to make the same mistake.
No.
Complexity's maybe hoping they can catch them, like, part 3 unawares. This time there's a little bit more trepidation in their push. That's because Nisha is frontlining.
The Aghanim's Doom pickup. It's going to be a nice counter. Being able to just lay it down on one of these heroes and just long you keep vision. Even the status resistance from the Legion Commander is not going to be effective if she never leaves the Doom site. Halberd trying to finish up for Limp. Again, more survivability over damage. You can see where Complexity are trying to focus right now, but it's leaving them with little options to be able to bring down the Kinguin heroes. They're controlling the map up really well. They're going to be able to take a second shrine here. Another little bump in gold. Net worth is actually entirely even right now. A bit of it more of an experience lead, though, for Kinguin. Perhaps that's a better tell of where this game is currently headed.
Yeah, it doesn't help that Complexity have taken out all the shrines. Whereas Kinguin, they haven't touched either of them.
Yeah. It's all going to come to a head. Off of the Roshan, I would presume, which should be spawning here in the next minute.
If Kinguin gets the next Roshan onto one of their heroes, I don't know how Complexity killed them twice.
Yeah.
Especially if it's that Razor. This guy's absurdly farmed right now.
Which one are you taking at level 25? I've actually never looked at that.
In this game,
Yeah.
the unstable current's pretty cool in this game.
Every 2 seconds, you get a zap.
Yeah, you just chase people around. Zap, zap, zap.
But he has already got Scotty. He's already faster than most of these heroes.
Yeah, but now he's got Scotty and he can zap people.
Okay. Let's double down on it. Smoke up. Enchantress. just picked up an MKB, so they've got a huge increase in damage for him. Chess trying to make the initiation. Oh, misses out. Trying to go for the Doom. Now going to turn around immediately. Already down to half health. Stunned up. Not going to be making out of here alive. It looks like the cheese not going to be enough to be able to heal him up. Nisha just keeps on staying on top of him and is stolen a total of 280 damage. Even Cancer managed to find Kyle, giving them the extra kill on top. And Kinguin. Looks like Roshan did just spawn, so they can go ahead, take a quick break, do that objective, and then after that, they can start focusing on high ground. Look at him. He went for the attack speed. With a bloodlust as well, Nisha attacks crazy fast.
In that situation, we saw the game highlighted. Like, if Legion doesn't get a good jump or instant, the fight's just over.
Yeah. And
even if he does,
now we've got double Ags Doom.
Yeah, even if he does, who do they kill with it?
Yeah.
They don't put out enough damage right now. The Tricore from Kinguin just runs at them. It doesn't feel like you're sensing any of the presence of the gyrocopter.
Okay, well, there goes the Walrus Kicks into exotic gear, but it's not exactly the person. He can just run down the cliff. Now they get the Doom onto the Enchantress in the back line while they're focusing Moon with Nisha. Second Doom goes down, catches the gyrocopter, double slow down. Scotty plus the Shivas is far too much. They can't get back to the fountain and complexity. They might as well just call it now. No buybacks on some of these heroes. Kinguin are very much large and in charge of the complexity base. They do have a tier 2 up at that top lane, so maybe that's what complexity are hoping, that Kinguin don't go for the throne here. Initiation there from the Doom. The AP gonna pop. They're actually gonna be able to make it duel onto the Doom. Maybe they blow him up. Lip's gonna be able to get out a really good ultimate, but these heroes just aren't dying. Kinguin are just too damn tanky. Lip just doesn't have the damage. Chased away by Nisha. A buyback from Chesty. Almost gonna be stunned by the boulder, but just stopped a little bit short. But they're just gonna focus him down right underneath the fountain. He couldn't even get back. He was so slow.
Oh, they're droning it.
And they're just gonna go for the throne. Now, surely complexity. They see that the end is nigh. Kinguin are not going to be leaving. They're not going to give up due to the tier 2 being up there. They're not even going to worry about getting Megas. Kill the throne, complexity. They're going to have to take a little bit of a think here about what they need to do to bring down Kinguin. What went wrong in that game? Because these teams had a lot of confidence that they could just sit back, farm, and they could win this.